So Ryan Murphy's fantastic drama Pose is back for a second season. We are reviewing it today on Boys on Film. So welcome back, we are Boys on Film. My name is Phil Marriott and this is Raj Rudolph.
Hey Phil.
Who is available online at eqmusicblog.com.
That's me.
Do you want to tell us a bit about that website?
Music and film reviews. Everything that's hot, new and fresh.
Yeah, and it's very fresh.
Yes, very fresh.
And it's very upfront.
Yeah, you'll usually read about stuff we write about and cover like 6 months before it comes out.
Yeah. See? Up front with a capital U. I'm online at philmarriott.net and today I've been very excited about reviewing Pose Season 2. We loved the first season.
Absolutely. Like for me, Pose is one of those shows that I have to see as soon as an episode drops.
Yeah.
Like it is like, you know, when you can't watch a show without your partner, that's like a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Pose is one of those shows.
So it's Ryan Murphy who is one of the creators and Brad Falchuk.
Yes.
Ryan Murphy, obviously with a history of American Horror Story and American Crime Story, produced some of the most compelling dramas. Yeah, he's done so much stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he might as well just take over television at this point because everything that he creates and touches is just TV gold.
And what I love about his shows, especially this, is that you can see elements of what he's done before in this. Because Pose, although it is a drama about people in New York in the 80s and through the 90s, I think it, you know, and it's ballroom dances, it's voguing, it's all of that. I think it has elements of darkness. Not too much, but there is a bit of darkness in there.
Yeah, and it explores a lot of dark issues that for stories about like the AIDS crisis in the 80s, and you know, it's like, oh gosh, how many more stories can we see about this? How many more different points of view can you have? Like, I think what he's done so magnificently is told the story from a fresh perspective that no one's ever heard before. Every episode I'm either in tears or totally like just blown away by what I see. I
always feel that just before I'm about to watch an episode, I know that something dramatic is going to happen, whether it's something that's dark and twisted or something that's hilarious.
So there's one episode where Electra gets into a bit of trouble at work. Some big trouble. Yeah. And I don't know if I want to spoil it or not, but it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. And so that felt a little over the top and a little bit unbelievable, but it was some really good TV.
It was very entertaining. So should we explain what the series is about?
Yeah, Pose is about a group of black trans community in New York in the late 80s. It's all about the ballroom scene and how the ballroom scene developed from, you know, voguing to going mainstream with Madonna to the AIDS crisis and everything that happens in that time frame in New York. But the really compelling thing about the show is that most of the actors are trans. Yeah. And it's really a show about their lives and celebrating everything that they fought hard to do. It's such a great show. I just can't get enough of it.
Because it is about the struggle, but ultimately it's about these people who have power and they're very strong people, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Because of, you know, the transphobia and the homophobia that they experience. You know, it's obviously dealing with HIV and AIDS as well. Which we see more of in season 2 because it goes into the early 90s. I mean, these people, they're mothers, aren't they, of their houses too.
And all of the characters in this film are probably some of the most disenfranchised. They have it a lot worse than most average gay people do because of all the, the minority stigmas that go against them. And it's just things they have to overcome are pretty incredible. These actors, I tell you, I could really see a massive difference in the first season, how they've developed in the second season. I don't know if you can feel it or not, but I feel like all of the actors have become so much more powerful the second season. Whereas I think the first season, it was still trying to find its feet a little bit. You know, they had the whole storyline of the white guy working for Trump and all that. And I was like, well, whatever happened to that story? And I'm like, in season 2, they don't even need to bring that back. Yeah. Because all of the actors are just so strong and so captivating. And it's a smart decision to keep the story about them.
We've touched on a lot of what we liked already, but let's talk about more of what we liked. The HIV stories, I think, in season 2, because it goes into the early 90s and it's dealing with a lot of the problems from the 80s, you know, that comes back from that. And I think that storyline is dealt with so sensitively, but so powerfully. And again, it's something that I don't know, I just believed completely. And you know, it is a true story in a lot of ways. It's you know, it's a true story that a lot of people have dealt with, and it's friends that you knew or they knew that, you know, have died, and it's the repercussions of that. And I think so sensitively done, and so upsetting, a lot of these episodes as well, because
oh god, I'm in tears like every episode. I'm in such tears. It's like you get the tissues ready. It's become that kind of show, and it's a shame because not too many people have seen season 2 in the UK yet, and it's like there's just a small tiny group of people talking about it. But I'm like, when it comes out, put it on your calendars, because this season is just phenomenal.
It is. I loved season 1, but I think they've really gone so much further with this series. And can we just say, I love Dominique Jackson as well. I think she's fierce. I loved her in the first series, but I thought in this series I totally get her character now, and I think she's loving playing this role, because she's fierce and she doesn't take any shit from anybody, and she's
the villain you love
to hate. The villain that you love to hate, exactly.
Yeah. But also brings a lot of comedic moments to this season as well. Like
that episode where she takes the tablecloth and everything just goes flying on the table because she's so angry, but you just end up laughing at her because you can't help it.
I think the last episode is episode 6 or something like that, when the house is getting to a big argument and secrets are revealed and everything, and her character is about to leave, and she's like, no, stay here, it's just getting done. Just like rolling on the floor laughing. Like
MJ Rodriguez, I would really love her character in real life, I think, because she really looks out for everybody. It's like the house that she's, you know, the mother of, she's looking after these young kids who, you know, are making mistakes, and she gets frustrated by that, the fact that they're kind of having so much fun, but you can see that she really loves them.
Yeah, she's raising them right.
And Billy Porter, who plays...
Well, what a turnaround.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say turnaround, but geez, that guy's become such a cultural icon just from the show. I mean, I knew a little bit about him before he started in Pose, but this is a turn of a page for him. He's
incredible in this.
He is such an icon now, and he just gives it every episode, and good for him.
Yeah, and he's suffering in this series as well. He's suffering, but he, again, you know, we were saying these people are overcoming things. He does grab it by the horns, although you just see him in complete turmoil.
Can I just say, true confession time, I really have a crush on Angel Bismarck Curiel, the guy who plays Little Poppy.
Okay.
He's like starting to, you know, I don't really know what's quite going on with that character, but he just sort of fits into this world so like seamlessly, and you see him start to overcome a lot of things, and he falls in love with falling in love, and I don't know, just like I think he brings a lot of joy to the screen for me.
I don't get that personally, but I can understand why you would. I can't say there's anybody that I have a crush on in this series.
Okay, well,
I don't think so anyway.
Anyways, I'm following you on Instagram.
Okay, I want to talk about episode 5, which is tricky to do because if you spoke about it, it would be spoilers, I think, through much of that episode, because it's quite spoiler-tastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's called What Will Candy Do?
Candy.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh yeah. It's interesting because she was kind of just a side character in the first season.
Yeah.
You know, a bit of sassy side character, but she's really she's given such a storyline, and I think she's always going to be kind of there as Prey Tell's evil nemesis.
I think it's really clever what they did with it though, because it reminded me in some ways of Tales of the City, which has just come back after years. That they kind of do this flashback thing quite a lot in this series, which I love because it makes it more, it makes it more sad and melancholic, but it just makes you reflect on your own life, I think, and the people that you've loved as you've got older, and the people that you've lost, and it does it so brilliantly.
You know she's going to be in American Horror Story too.
Oh wow.
The same actress. So,
yeah. That makes sense as well with Ryan Murphy.
She's so sassy. I just love her.
She's very honest and blunt with people, and I love that because it makes you respect people more when they're like that, I think.
I'm giggling in just the scenes where she's confronting Pray Tell at the diner, and she whips out her blade.
So brilliant.
Yeah, just so good. So good.
Again, I honestly can't think of anything that I dislike about this season. I just think it's fantastic. It's phenomenal. It's so good.
Season 2, it's must-watch TV.
I didn't think they could improve on it, but they really have done, haven't they?
And I feel like, I hope this show goes on for a long, long time. So,
can you see it going on like into the noughties? I mean, I don't know what would happen with those characters. I mean, obviously there are changes to the storyline and there's less people that we see for whatever reason, without going into details, but
I suppose, I mean, the writing's so brilliant, it could probably go on for at least a couple more seasons. So,
but can you see the noughties as, from a club, dance, LGBT perspective, I don't know whether it's as vibrant in the noughties, because it was very pivotal, I think, in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that subculture from like the ballrooms and stuff shifted over to club kids.
Yeah.
Has ballroom ever gone away? I don't think they have, but...
Well, I suppose in the 90s we did have rave culture, which was interlinked with the LGBTQ scene, so maybe they'll push that part of the story.
But the whole story of like, Vogue is really popular and then voguing is not so popular, so where do they go from there?
Well, I suppose it's something we look back on, isn't it, as history, much like Stonewall and, kind of Paris is Burning, which of course they were influenced by.
Absolutely.
But it is a fantastic watch. I strongly recommend it if you haven't seen it already. Check it out, it is Pose. And we are Boys on Film. Thank you very much for watching. We are back with coverage of the BFI London Film Festival, which is in October, and we've got lots more besides. So check us out online at filmmarriott.net and eqmusicblog.com. We'll see you next time.